Hi, you guys. Just wanted to say, oh, this is a one-way. Okay, so I just finished having a quick little, I don't want to say lunch. I'm about to have lunch right now, but I have a few appetizers and a few drinks. And I was here talking to this guy at the bar, and if I'm not looking, it's because I'm driving. And, I like when people open up to me, and he opened up to me and he said his story about, how he got a divorce 2 years ago and he hasn't been able to find anyone ever since, and he don't know whether he should just focus on himself or not and stuff like that. And, coming from a position where I had left my ex-husband or the father of my child 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago, I just told him my story. I'm not really saying it to give advice, because I can't tell you what you should or should not do with your life. You know what I'm saying? But what I did do is I shared with him my story, so that whatever he may or may not take from it, that's upon him. You know what I'm saying? So, is this Wiles? Is this Wiles Road? Yeah, so I gotta turn here. So, what I told him was, look, here's my story. I left the father of my child, which is my ex-husband, around 5 or 6 years ago. And what I basically did from there was, I may have had, I think, 1 or 2 relationships after that, but for the majority of the time, I was single, right? And so what I did was, I learned to focus on myself. What do I really want? And how I've been through a life where people have told me what they ideally wanted me to be, to satisfy whatever the need that they had within them, or whatever the case may be. Whether it be parents, past, or friends, loved ones, exes, whatever the case may be. So I basically told him, look, I chose to finally focus on me and basically get a good feel and a good love for who I am. And for many years I stuck to that, and I also just focused on my profession, taking care of myself. And, well, not too long ago, I ran across an app because I was bored. And things come when you least expect it. I ran across an app and I met someone. Now, how did I meet this person? On that profile, it says, I think under your name, it gives you a line before you actually put your bio and all that. Like a line to catch people. And it was like a dating site, and I downloaded it to mess with people. Because I was bored. I wasn't looking for a relationship. I just wanted to mess with people. And so basically what that turned out to be was, I had put a line on there saying, can you go with the flow? Now, in my inbox, there's going to be like messages like, hey, sexy, what's your number? Or, yeah, hey, you want to know more? Here's my number. Or, blase squaze. You know how dating sites go. It can be a little corny. I didn't exactly believe in it. But this one guy, he goes, all he wrote in his message to me was, yup. That's all he wrote. He was answering the question, can you go with the flow? I said, yup. He said, yup. And, I said, who is this guy? I like that. That caught me. That's different. So I clicked on his profile. I saw his picture. I read his profile. I read his about me. Blah, blah, blah. What I got from it, he's humble. He's not trying to make you perceive something that he's not. He's literally letting you know what it is, fair and square, and he's also very intellectual and he's humble. I said, okay, interesting, right? Well, I said, well, you caught my attention. I told him, he caught my attention, obviously, and I told him, what's my number?